People say it's also as a result of the terrain. Would you excuse the...
There's no excuse. You have Navy to handle the waters. You have soldiers to handle the land. You have the police. You have the DSS for intelligence. If you have militants in the waterways, could they be better than the Nigerian Navy? If that's the case, then we shut down the Nigerian Navy. That they cannot provide for us security. Because the election as it stands in any responsible society should be cancelled. Because if the election itself is an election of blood, then it is bloodshed that won and not the people.
But in terms of that
Yes.
that aspect, I think maybe where Margaret talked about exaggeration.
Yes.
You remember, I did ask the commissioner, look,
Yes.
how many, because there were reports that policemen died.
Yes.
And security agencies died.
Yes.
And he said categorically,
They did not
no security official lost their lives. I think he said about 3 civilians lost their lives, but
Yeah.
no security person lost their
Lost their
lives.
lives.
To that extent, couldn't we say, well, and he even said...
I don't know that. I don't know about that.
Because he even said the media that put it out there, after he clarified, they pulled it off from their
Yeah,
sites.
but it's not security men. Well, I don't know about that. But all evidence. I mean, a few days ago, I saw on television a woman lamenting in Abuja. I went to Abuja on the guise of, on the platform of some NGOs or so, to lament the death of her son during the elections.
But what do we always have to get violent about elections?
It is because
it's
of
not the
fear.
first.
It's because of fear of the political elite. The political elite is afraid that, that if we bring these matters to the people, we might not get the result we want.
Well, this is especially in the Niger Delta. I mean, the election...
Especially in the Niger Delta.
Yes.
Because what happened was very, I mean, over 50,000 votes were cancelled in the election. What does that tell you? And the gap between the winner and the loser was below that. What does that tell you eventually? That this was not an election. This was the war theorists used to say that politics was a continuation of war by other means. This one, election, was the continuation of war by its own means.
So we should put it firmly at the feet of the politicians involved.
Yes. What is that? You know, what we had in Bayelsa was a monarchization of electoral process. Where a governor of the state will start making a statement on radio when election was going on, asking people to go and protest against an election. Is that not electoral law?
Oh, wow.
Is that the violation of electoral law?
We didn't hear about that, so...
That was common knowledge.
Okay,
we don't do that.
We missed that part out. But in terms of the procedure that INEC put in place, wherein they said, get accredited and vote immediately.
Yes.
Don't get accredited and go back home.
Yeah.
How did that system reduce or work in any way, you
Apparently, it didn't change anything. Because there was violence.
No, but if, I mean, what some of the politicians yesterday, they said, they all signed up to it.
Yes.
Thinking that, well, yes, this will help. They all agreed. So can we categorically say
it's almost that
it didn't help?
Two of us have agreed that we are going to...
All politicians who...
Yes, all of us have agreed to go and sign something, but I know that I'm signing because it's a piece of paper. As I'm signing it, I'm looking at you, and I know that you are not going to abide by it, and you're looking at me, and you know that I'm not going to abide by it.
You think that's what went through their minds?
Oh, yes, of course.
No,
of course.
That is disturbing.
It's very disturbing.
We're saying
because
that...
the evidence on the ground showed that they have no respect for the agreement on paper.
Isn't it that we know how politics is? Because even if the leaders, as much as they try to get messages out to the people, you will always have a certain percentage, albeit very low, who will always go out there and feel that, no, I still have to go on. And if something happens, they react spontaneously. You get that kind of response. And not that they were signing because they know that they will not stick with it.
The same thing. Whether you react spontaneously means that you already have had it in your instinct, that you're expecting it to happen.
No, but that
because
doesn't
something's what they call, there's what they call in political theory, spontaneous order. You see that? It looks like a contradiction in terms. They call it spontaneous order. In other words, it is a system in which we act spontaneously.
How did INEC fare in this election for you?
It didn't fare very well at all.
Any improvements?
It didn't fare very well, to the extent that this is the kind of election we had. It didn't fare very well at all. Elections, for instance, and the APC people have said that elections in their own strongholds were cancelled. Elections, for instance, in southern Niger, they said where the deputy candidate is for the APC and the chairman, it was where they thought they had the big votes. They were cancelled, and the other ones were preserved. In Ekeremo, where the minister of Agriculture was, those ones were cancelled.
But they won in Ekeremo as well.
The PDP won.
Sorry, yeah, but
yes,
APC won in Brass.
Yes, in Brass. And the man who spoke on behalf of PDP seemed to agree that the election was was rigged.
Well, they have a chance.
So if he presided over the rigging of his own election, I think the matter should be cleared, should be taken to the court to resolve.
Did you observe the election personally?
I monitored it from Lagos. Yes, so I was not there, but I was watching everything as a journalist. I was getting updates by the hour.
All right, thank you for talking to us. Mr.
Thank you very much.
Is the chairman editorial board of the Nation newspapers. Well, that's the show today. We thank you all for watching and for sending in your comments as well. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm Chamberlain Oso.
Well, thank you so much. I'm Maokwe Ogun.
I'm Sulaiman Alede. See you again.